Hello. Welcome back to Life After Plus One. I'm Leanne, your podcast host and your single parent mentor and coach. Today, I want to talk about a fun little topic called the single parent journey. What is that? It's not a journey. It's our life. What are you talking about? It's a journey. Well, it actually is. A journey is a process of transformation, a process of change. And whilst you're going through your single parent journey, you are going to a transformation stage. You're changing everything about your life. And that's what I want to talk about today. And that's exactly what this whole podcast is about. Going through that journey as a single parent, learning how to change yourself. Well, not so much change. We don't want anyone to change. We want you to better yourself. Learn how to handle things in a more positive way. So when you meet a new partner, when you move on, or just in life in general, relationships, friendships, you handle things in a much more healthier and positive way. And that's your journey as a single parent. So let's talk about that today. Welcome to the Life After Plus One podcast, where we turn life's lemons into delightful lemonade. Get ready for inspiring stories, uplifting conversations, and all the tips and tricks to rock your single parent journey with style. I'm your host, Leanne, and it's time to embrace the adventure of Life After Plus One. So let's dive in. Okay, so let's talk about this single parent journey that a lot of people don't like to be called, or don't like it to be referred to as a journey. They don't see it as that, and that's okay. Everyone's on their own little, I'm going to say it, journey. So those of you that are willing to see it from that perspective and see that it is a journey and a process of transformation, then that's what I'm going to discuss today. That's what this is about. So the first part of your single parent journey, I don't want to keep saying that word journey. It sounds a bit silly when you say it over and over again, doesn't it? But the first part of it is accepting it for what it is, accepting the new reality that it's just you and just the kids. There's no husband, there's no wife, there's no partner, or whatever your situation was. There's no one else there. It's just you and the kids. You're doing it solo. Acceptance of that. And it does take a bit of time, especially when you've been in a long-term relationship and you've been so dependent on somebody else. You've needed something. You can just call them up. Hey, honey, can you just pick up the kids? Or can you swing by and get some milk on the way home? Whatever it is. You're dependent on someone. Well, not everyone is dependent, but it is easy to rely and fall back on this other person in your life because they're so heavily there. They're there. They're the other parent. There's no reason why you can't rely on them. But now you're in a situation where it's all on you. You have to make it work. So this is the first part of going through this single parent phase. It's accepting your new reality. This is it. This is you. This is your life. This is how it is. Another part, what's really important in this stage is healing any emotional pain you have from your breakup. And that's something that takes time. It's not something that's just going to happen overnight. Healing is a slow process. And in this process, everyone handles their grief, their sadness, their emotions in their own way. And some people take a little longer to get over it. Some people can do it a lot quicker than others. Everyone's situation is unique to them. So take the time to just feel where you're at, understand where you're at, look at what's happened and reflect on how you're feeling. Is it sadness? Is it anger? Is it grief? Maybe it's relief? Maybe you're happy. Who knows? But take your time to just feel it. Is there something that could have been done differently? Is there something you can learn from it? Is there something you can change in yourself? Take the time just to reflect on where you're at and don't rush it. Take your time with it because it's a big change. It's a lot that's just happened. So it's extremely important just to process it all, give yourself time to grieve and feel the emotions of what's just happened. And just remember, time does heal all wounds. It is hard to believe, especially if you are in that early stage of a breakup. You might be thinking, I'm never going to get over this. That was my life. Like, how am I supposed to do this? You will get over it. And the longer you're doing it on your own, the easier it gets. So just allow yourself that time to get over it and just to learn to live your life on your own and learn to live it your way and accept it for what it is. And to do that, you find your inner strength. You realize how resilient you are and how strong you are. And going through this makes you so much more confident. And it's hard for a lot of people, especially those ones that might have been so dependent on their partner. It doesn't matter if it was a wife or a husband or whatever it was. It's easy to fall dependent on your partner when you're with them for so long, whether it be for financial reasons or just helping around the house, emotional support. They might have been the ones that just did everything and you were just there for the kids, or vice versa. I don't want to put these gender roles on, but sometimes those situations do happen. So being on your own is a great time to see how strong you are and to see how capable you are. It's amazing what you learn about yourself when you become a single parent. You learn how strong and independent you are, and because you just got to. You hear it all the time, single parents, they're so strong, they're so brave. And yes, we are. But do you know what? We have to be for our kids. We can't just give up. We can't just wake up one morning and say, fuck it, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to work. I'm not doing school drop-off today. I'm not doing after-school activities. No, fuck it, I'll just give up. You don't do that. You get up and you keep going. You give it your 100%, sometimes even more, every single day for you and your kids. And it's so empowering to see how much you change as a single parent. And I think I've said this previously on the show. Back in my days when I first got married, I was in my early 20s and I was so shy. I was a kind of person that would stand back in a corner, don't talk to me because my face would just go bright red and I'd get all embarrassed. I wouldn't talk. My partner who I was with at the time, or my husband, or whatever he was, eventually was my husband, and he would always talk for me. He was that strong, loud person and always did all the talking, and I just stood back like a little, I just hid in the corner. And then that broke up, and then I, been through other situations since. And those kinds of situations are what make you stronger and what make you more independent. And you realize, well, fuck, I've got to do this. They may even turn around and say, oh, you'd be nothing without me. You can't live your life without me. What are you going to do without me? A lot of people do that. It's pretty sad. And then you don't necessarily do it just to prove a point to them. But hey, if that's what motivates you to get up and do better, then go do it. But you do it because you have to. And like I just said, it is just so empowering when you eventually you get up one day and you look back on your life where you were maybe 5 years ago, maybe even just 12 months ago. And you look back and go, fuck, I was such a different person then. It's amazing how much your life changes. You learn to protect yourself. You learn to have boundaries. You learn to have respect for yourself. Things that you may have let slide in previous relationships, even in previous friendships or current friendships. You may have let things slide and just go, oh, I can't be bothered. Yeah, whatever, I'll let that go. But when you start to get more confident in yourself, you start to speak up and go, no, that's not okay. No, I'm not okay with that. Or actually, no, I'm not going out on Saturday night. I'm quite happy just to chill at home with my kids. No, I'm not going to book a babysitter because this is my weekend with the kids. You learn to start speaking up for yourself. And it's such an empowering feeling when you can go, wow, yes, I've done this all on my own. I haven't had to fall back on anyone. And this is all done by me. And that is something you learn along the way of being a single parent. Another part of your little single parent journey is you create a new future. You create a new vision of what you want your future goals to be. Previously, it may have been retire to a certain little country town or a beach town and the kids are close by and they can come visit, and then you go on cruises or you travel around Australia, whatever it is. Maybe that was your goals when you're with your previous partner. But now that's all changed. Maybe, who knows, you still want to do that. Maybe you're going to create a whole new future for yourself. Well, actually, no, I don't want to live there. That was just what they wanted to do. I don't want to go on cruises. I don't want to travel around in a motorhome. You create your future, your vision. And then when you meet someone new, you've already got your plans. You'll find someone that comes in that will have a similar outlook on life and will want to have similar goals, or not want to have, will have similar goals and will want to do similar things with their life. And that's what you want. Someone to come in that's going to match your vibe and do things that you love. You create your future. You create your goals and what you want to do. This is all part of the process of becoming a single parent and learning to do it all on your own, on your new journey. And not only that, you're also creating your family goals. what you want to do together as a family. You might want to plan a holiday together. You might want to go away for Christmas. You might want to get a new family car. Who knows? But you can create goals together for you and your kids. And it might be goals that were totally different to what you had when you were with your ex. This is your time to create your goals. You might want to go back and study so you can get a whole new career. Do something very different with your life. That's your time to create your new goals. And this is all part of what you're doing now as a single parent. You don't necessarily have to keep the previous plans and the things that you had decided when you're with your ex just because you're with them. You don't have to keep them. You can throw them all out and you can start fresh and create everything the way you want it to be, because this is your life and you're in charge of it. Another big step that you'll make when you're going through your single parent transition is you will find a whole new support network. You will find your people. Your friend groups may or may not change. Quite often they do. Quite often you'll find yourself wanting to be around people that are of a similar situation to you, meaning you'll probably be more inclined to spend more time with single parents. And strangely enough, that's primarily who I associate with, single parents. Now, it's not done intentionally. I don't intentionally go out and say, I'm not going to go out with you because you're married or you've got a partner. It just kind of works out that way. And I think just because of our interests and where we're at and we understand each other, quite often that's just where my friend groups lie. They're just primarily single parents, and we get each other. We get what we've been through. We get how hard it can be. We get the struggles. We get the hard times. We understand when we have co-parenting issues and whatever else. And you don't necessarily just have to dismiss any married friends or friends in relationships. Keep them. But you do find a new group of friends when you become a single parent. You do find your support network. And quite often, it can be a whole new group of friends that you never had when you're with your ex. And that, again, is empowering in itself. You're meeting a whole new group of people that are there for you, that will have your back when you need them, when you can fall back on them. And they're people that get you, people that get your situation. And that's what you want. You find your support network, and you find them without relying on your ex. You find them by just doing things that you love doing. So single parenting and the process of it, it is a big journey of growth. You change a lot. Well, again, I don't want to say that word change, but you do in a way. You better yourself. You become a better version of yourself in so many different ways. For example, I never became a business owner until I became a single mum. First time I was a business owner, I was a single mum on my own. I had nothing. I had no financial backing. It was just me and my daughter. And I did that because that's what I was passionate about. And I wanted to create my career around my daughter. And that's exactly what I did. And that's just part of the growth you go through as a single parent. You start doing things that you want to do. You start doing things that you're passionate about. You start going places that you want to go to. If you didn't like going to that restaurant before, then you start finding restaurants that you actually like going to. Find your people at these kind of places. Find a new hobby, and you'll find people that have the same interest to you because you both like that hobby or an art class or whatever it is. So yes, being a single parent, it is a journey. It is a journey of change. It's a journey of transformation, and it's for the better. Some people don't necessarily take or make those changes. Some people don't see it as going on a journey, and they don't want to. They want to stay as they are. They want to stick in that little bubble of what they know because it's safe and because it's easy. I don't need to heal. I don't need to make any changes. What do I need to do that for? Well, you don't have to. You can stay the same way you were, and you can keep going through the same types of relationships and keep dating those same types of people. And how do you think that's going to end up? Probably in the exactly same way as all the other breakups happened. So if you want to make positive changes in your life, if you want to have a more positive future and you want to have things to actually look forward to, things that you can create yourself, then yes, 100%, this is important. It's important to sit back and reflect on where you're at, Look at what you can do to better your situation. Look at what you can do to make you happy. Look at what you can do to create the life that you now want. And you're doing it on your own. And just going through these steps will change you and make you so much stronger and so much more resilient. You'll be amazed at how different of a person you will be in just a short period of time because of what you're doing on your own. You don't have to say, oh, honey, should I do this? Or can we afford this? Or I'm not sure. What do you think? Just do it. So this episode was just a little reminder of how important it is to make the most of this time as a single parent when you've broken up, you're not dating, and it's just you. It is so important to use this time for you. Don't use this time to complain that you're lonely. Don't use this time to complain that you're not seeing the kids every day because you have to co-parent. No, this is your time to use that time that you have to yourself. Don't waste it. So many people waste this opportunity that you have to get out and just really grab life by the balls and say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take this on. I'm going to do this. Don't waste this time sitting at home being miserable every weekend, complaining that you're not happy with your situation. If you're not happy with your situation, then look at what you're doing, then ask yourself why. It's probably because you're not doing anything about it. If you want to improve your situation, then start doing something. Get out of the fucking house. Go and do something. Go for a little beach walk on your own. That's what I do nearly every day, and I absolutely love it. It's just a great way to get out and clear your mind and just think about shit that you need to get done, really. Do things for you without anyone on your back questioning you or criticizing you, and make the most of this time. Use your single parent time. And so those that do co-parent, make the most of that time when they're with the other parent. Do anything you can to start moving on from the past. Start letting go of anything that's holding you back from that past relationship. Start doing new things that you've got something to look forward to. Create new goals. Create a new future vision and plan for yourself and for your kids. Start putting things into action. Instead of sitting around and being miserable about your life, sit around and do the complete opposite. Start writing a list of goals. Start thinking about what you want to do. Start joining a new activity. Start getting out and meeting new people. This is your time to really nail it. Because before you know it, you'll be in a new relationship, which is great and it's amazing, but you might not get that opportunity again to have all this alone time to yourself, to do these things that you've wanted to do. You'll jump straight back into this new relationship and you'll be like, oh fuck, I actually wanted to go do that course, or I actually wanted to go join that gym, but now I'm with this person. What chance am I going to get to go to the gym? Because I now see them of an afternoon and that's when I was going to go work out, or things like that. Prioritize you first. Get your needs sorted before you start looking for someone else. And maybe finding someone else is part of your needs, but your emotional needs, you need to look after you. Because if you've just come from a long-term relationship where your needs weren't met, well, obviously they weren't, sorry to be rude, because otherwise you would still be in that relationship if they were. But now it's time to actually meet those needs of yours. It's time to actually do what you want to do. So that's about it from me today. And I just want you to get out and use your single parent journey to fucking live the most amazing life. It is a journey and it's a great one, and you will love it once you get to the other side. If you're still in that stage where you're just thinking, this is shit, I hate it, I'm miserable, I hate being alone, don't hate it. Don't hate it. Use that time for you. Twist that situation around. Twist it around and do something for you. And that's what it's all about. This is your time to be selfish and look after you. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up, and I really hope you got something from this. I want you to really look at where you're at in your single parent journey and do something positive. Don't sit there and waste that time and go, fuck, what for? I'm miserable, or I can't afford it, or I've got no friends. Don't find excuses. Excuses are bullshit. Get out there and find a reason to create a better life. And you do have a reason. Yourself and your kids, that's your reason to lead by example and show them how fucking amazing you are. So get out there and live the most amazing life and enjoy this single parent journey of yours. And just lastly, before I wrap it up, don't forget that if you are loving the show, feel free to jump on and give me a little review, because the more reviews I have, the more people that see it, the more ears I get into, and that's what I want. I want Life After Plus One to get in as many ears as possible. So if you're liking it, give it a review. Share it with your single parent friends and get the word out there. Let's let everyone know about how amazing it is to really enjoy your single parent life. And they can do that here at Life After Plus One. So that's about it once again. Thank you all. I hope you got something from this episode. And until next time, I'll be in your ears then. Thank you for joining us on the Life After Plus One podcast. If you loved what you heard today and looking for some further support, then jump onto our website, lifeafterplusone.com. Plus, don't forget to check out our Instagram page for further resources and inspo. You can find all the links in the show notes. And remember, you're not alone on this path. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode. And in the meantime, keep thriving, keep growing, and keep exploring your amazing life after Plus One.